Today, we are doing a chair workout. You are going to have the option to do some of the items standing. You can always modify and do things standing when I do a chair workout, or opposite. When we're doing a standing workout, go ahead and do the chair exercises that you're learning in these classes. So let's get started today. You are going to need, obviously, a chair, and I've got my dumbbells off to the side for us to use after our warm-up. So I just want you to kind of rock in your chair, just kind of feel those sit bones and then settle in the middle. I want you to relax your arms and just let them hang down. These workouts are best to use a chair that doesn't have any arms, if that is safe for you to do so. And I want you to sit up nice and tall and not lean against the back of the chair if you're able. Your feet should be about hip width apart and your knees right in line with your feet, toes facing forward. I want you to relax your shoulders, and I want you to tuck the chin in ever so slightly, just so that you can bring your ears more in line with your shoulders. Reach the crown of the head toward the ceiling. Reach the hands down just ever so slightly to feel that shoulder release and the scapula, your shoulder blades sliding down the spine a little bit. Try to lift your ribs up off your hip bones so that you're not sagging, you're lifting and extending the trunk. And we're seated now in a mountain pose. So mountain just means steady, strong, tall, lifting, reaching toward the sky. Go ahead and close your eyes and feel the body elongate as you're reaching your head and crown of the head toward the ceiling. You're maintaining your grounded seating position with your sit bones in the chair. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Inhale through the nose, feel your ribs expanding laterally. And exhaling, the ribs come back in. Let's do that 4 more times. Focus on the ribs, expanding out to the side and then collapsing or contracting inwardly. The chest is not rising or falling. Expanding those lower lobes of the lungs. Try and take in more air each time. Once more. Let's go ahead and open our arms. We're going to turn our palms forward and then up, lifting. Keep those shoulders down as we lift the arms up. Pull those arms back by the ears. And then turn the palms out and press down, exhaling, and bring it right back into heart hands. We're going to reach up again. Exhale. And bring it right back into the heart. We're going to reach up again. Inhale. Exhale, push out and away. And bring it right back into the heart. Now this time, we're going to push down, keep the palms together until you feel a nice stretch in the wrist. Keep your shoulders down and your shoulder blades down the spine. Inhale. Exhale, continue pushing down and your palms come apart, the fingers come apart and press down. And now we're going to reach up to mountain pose, extended mountain pose. That means your arms are overhead. Pull those arms by the ears. And go ahead and walk your feet out just a little bit. So now your feet are about shoulder width apart. And we're going to do a swan dive. So we're going to reach back just a little bit. Let's go ahead and look up at the ceiling, starting with a little mini back bend. Open the arms as you swan dive forward. Reach those arms away from you and then collapse into a forward fold, ragdoll, go limp, and just let your head fall down. Now lift up halfway and just kind of press against your shins, and you're extending the head forward in a nice straight line trajectory from your tailbone through the spine to the head. Inhale, exhale back into our forward fold ragdoll. Put your hands on the floor or on top of your feet. You could also use 2 yoga blocks to raise the floor up. Fully exhale and then pull up. Inhale, arms go out. And we'll come back to our extended mountain pose. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, looking up, little back bend. Exhale into the swan dive, all into our forward fold. Inhale, half lift, stretch the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, back to mountain pose. And pull down into heart hands. Let's inhale back up to mountain pose. Now, we're going to turn toward the right, and our right arm goes back, our left arm goes in front, and we're just doing a spinal twist, looking over the right shoulder as I'm turning toward the right. Keep a long spine. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, reach it back up. Hold here, inhale. Exhale the other direction. Turning toward my left, looking over my left shoulder, breathe. On the next inhale, lift up. Exhale, other turn to the right. Blow it all the way out as you twist. Breathe in. Exhale, look a little further. Inhale, lift up. Feels so good. Exhale, turn to the left. Blow it all the way out into your twist. Hold it here, inhale. Exhale, twist a little further. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, pull down into heart hands. Very nice. Next, push down and then reach out to the side. We're going to turn the palms facing forward, and we're going to go into our cat. So we're going to reach the arms in front. We're going to round out the back, pull the belly in, little tuck in the pelvis, and then feel that good stretch. Inhale. Exhale into our cow. Pulling back. Inhale. Exhale into our cat. Inhale. Exhale into our cow. Seated cow, pull the shoulder blades down, look up a little bit. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. One more time, exhale into cat. Really round it out. Feel that good stretch in the spine. Inhale into cow. Sit neutral and just let those arms fall down. Roll out the wrist. Wonderful. Good. Let's bring those feet in just a little bit. So now we're again with our feet about hip width apart. We're going to reach back up into that extended mountain. Pull those arms by your ears. So this time, palms are forward, facing forward. And on the exhale, we're going to push down and lift one leg up. And then I'm going to inhale and sit up. Let's go. Exhale, lift one knee and push down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, other leg. Inhale, up. Blow it all the way out, pull that belly in, and then lift up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Doing some full body lymph drainage. Letting the lymph flow into the abdomen area, into the trunk. Excellent. 2 more times. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. And arms come down, hands on the hips, push those shoulders down. Next, we're just going to do a simple abduction and adduction. Abduction, adduction. Great. Out and in and out and in. 2 more times each side. Keep breathing. Make sure your shoulders are down, long neck, sitting tall. Don't lean back against the chair, working our core. Fantastic. Now let's extend that leg, flex the foot, and point and flex, and point and flex. 1 more time. And circle out the ankle. Go the other direction. And flex and bring it in. Other leg. And point and flex and point and flex, point and flex and point and circle. Snap, crackle, and pop. Other direction. That feels so good. Flex, feel that in the calf, and bring it in. And again, sit nice and tall. Fantastic. All righty, so we are ready to begin. That was a good warm-up. We're going to get our dumbbells. We're going to do our 5 exercises. So let's start with a seated bicep curl. And I want to just talk 1 second while you're getting your dumbbells. Have you changed your weight since you've started? Have you changed your weights recently? Is it getting too easy? If it is, it's time to increase the amount of weight you're using. So if you're doing 15 reps, 20 reps, and it's just easy, you know it's time to go up. Challenge yourself a little bit. When we get older and our bones, whether it's through any of the treatments we've had or just with age, the bones get weaker and we are prone toward osteopenia, osteoporosis. We want to keep those bones strong. The best way to do that is to challenge the bones with strength training. So it would be better for us, women and men, as we get older, to do heavier weights with lower repetitions. So if you can only do 8 to 10 reps with a set of weights with that amount of poundage, that's great. Push yourself a little bit. I've been doing that, and I used to teach classes, 7 classes a week, and light weights, and a lot of the people I worked with, they never changed their weights, even though I encouraged them. They'd always go back to their 3 or 5 pounds. And I knew they could do more, and I would challenge them and talk with them afterwards. And those that did increase the weight and challenge them, they were surprised. So when I do my own personal workouts, I've purchased a set of 12 pounders, and I've got my 15 pounders, and my husband went ahead and bought me some 20 pounders. I said, I'm never going to be able to use that. And there's a few exercises that I do need it for. So challenge yourself. So if you're looking around and you've got a little heavier set that you've been thinking about using, try it. You can do 3 reps with the heavier and then go back to the lighter set to finish, set of dumbbells to finish that set of exercises and work your way up. You need to challenge yourself, okay? So if you can do it with 8 to 10 reps, then you're at the right set. Tuck those elbows in, palms up, inhale, exhale, bicep curl, push up all the way into that shoulder press, arms by the ears, inhale, slowly lowering it down. Exhale, all the way up, inhale, all the way down. So try to work your breath. I know that's a little bit of a challenge. This is a fluid movement. Going bicep curl, turn the wrist 45 degrees and press all the way overhead. Nice. And slowly lower, okay? Really control the lowering eccentric component of the lift. That really helps as we age again. It really helps us get stronger, controlling that eccentric phase. Power it up and slowly lower. This is 6. 7. We're going to do 1 more because you're working harder, right? You've changed that weight, or you're going to go out and buy some heavier ones, right? That's fantastic. Okay, the next one we're going to do is we're going to do a seated row into a tricep. So we're going to lean forward, pull that belly button in, arms slightly in front. We're going to pull up, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then just extend to a straight arm behind. Bring it in and reach it back in front. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This is 3, 4, 5. Keep that belly pulled in. 6, 7. Last one. Great. Last week when we did our stretch bands, we did a sit to stand with our stretch bands. Today we're doing a sit to stand with our dumbbells. So my heels are in underneath my, almost to the chair. My knees are over my toes. I'm going to inhale. Nose over toe, exhale. Look up as I stand up. And then I reach back very slowly, reaching back with my hips and have a soft landing. That's when I inhale. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. I know you can't see me when I stand up, but the important thing is what's going on in the body, trunk, and legs. Exhale. Inhale. If you can see me all the way, I'm just so far back, it's too small. So we're just going to go with this. We're doing 10 of these. And make sure you get all the way to the top. Stand strong. When you get right here, do a little pelvic tilt, squeeze the glutes a little bit, pull in that belly so you know you're at a very top of your stand. And you do this before you start walking. Always get to a balanced, controlled position and then walk. All right? Last one. Reach it back slowly, slowly, slowly. Fantastic. All right. This one set, we're going to do a seated calf raise. So take the weights and just kind of put them above the knee on your thigh. And we're just going to lift our heels up and down, up and down. So this is a seated heel raise. For those of you that are more comfortable staying in the chair, you'll do this for the next 2 sets. For those of you that want to stand up and do this with the full body weight, that's what we're going to do. So we'll just kind of use this as a little bit of a warm-up. No problems. 3 more. Great. Last one. Good. Okay, so the next one, we're going to do standing, but we did the warm-up seated. It's an abduction, adduction. You can do the same thing. And then when we do the hip circle, you're just going to go like that. Make a circle with the feet facing forward. So those of you that want to do it standing, here we go. Well, we'll just do it this way. Again, you don't need to see my face. Okay, we're just going to bend that knee slightly, the supporting leg. Keep this foot facing forward, and we're going to lift it out and down. You should feel it right in here, right in that hip, and kind of where the indentation is. Working the abductors, gluteus medius, and feeling it right in there. Lead with that ankle bone. Let the side of the big toe, the ball of the foot just touch the floor. Keep the toe facing forward, not to the ceiling. Notice how I'm not leaning into the chair. I'm really feeling it right in here. One more. Stand tall. Good. Now we're going to bring our knee up. We're going to circle it out to the side and bring it back down. You can cross a little bit in front, doing a hip circle. So if any of you have arthritis in your hips like me, this is a really good exercise. Last one this direction. And now we're going to go out to the side with the bent knee and bring it around. So really my toes are really, except for in the very beginning here, are facing forward. I'm just lifting it straight out to the side, bringing it around and down. Last one. Great. Okay, let's change sides. Ready? Shift your weight onto your inner leg. We're going to lift our outer leg, flex that foot, and up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, not too fast, 10. And knee up, around, and down. Up, around, and down. Good. Standing nice and tall. And go the other direction. Around, in, and down. Around, in, and down. Out, around, in, and down. Once more. Woo! You really feel it on the leg you're standing on. So you're really strengthening the leg that you're standing on. Okay. So that was one set. Let's continue. Here I am back. Okay, grab those weights. Bicep curls, elbows tucked in, shoulders down. Inhale, exhale. Overhead press, slowly control as we lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Optional, 2 more. See if you can do it. Push through it. It might be challenging if you've increased the weight. You don't have to. These are optional. If you didn't, if you're still adjusting, finding what's right for you. That was 10. Fantastic. Lean forward, arms in front. Row, extend, bend, and reach. Exhale, blow it all the way out. Now inhale. Good. Inhale. 5, 6. Keep those elbows tucked in. There you go. That's 7. That's 8. Optional, 2 more. Great. And sit up. For those of you that want to do your heel raises seated, go for it. For those of you that want to do it standing, let's do it. Light, light, light touch on the back of the chair. High heels, touch and lift. Touch and lift. Try to get high on the ball of the feet. You should feel that crease across the top of the toes. Don't bounce up, lift up. Strong ankles, this will help your balance. One more. Since I'm here, let's go right into our abduction. Foot out to the side, lift it out and down. And 2, and down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hip circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, other direction. Circle and down. Out, circle, down. 3, 4, and 5. Abduction, other side. Slight bend in the supporting leg. Extend that leg forward, out to the side, knee and toe facing forward. Lift that ankle bone out and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Same leg, circle. 1, 2, 3. I'm standing taller on my supporting leg. 4, reverse. 1, 2, out to the side, abduction, bring it in, around and down. One more. Good. Heel raises. Now, optional, we're going to do, we've done our standing, so we're going to do one leg at a time. So we're going to come up and down, and up and down. There we go. Change sides. It's a little harder, huh? And down. Fantastic. All right, how's that feeling? Good. So we are on our third and final set. So grab those dumbbells. Sitting tall. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. You got this. Keep going. Control that lowering. Optional. So I'm going to challenge you to 2 more. Last time. Good. Row. Row, extension, inhale, release. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Optional. Keep those elbows tucked in. Last 2. And down. All right, sit to stand. Nose over toes. Look up. Reach back, hinge at the hips, and slowly lower. Exhale. Just doing 10 of these, which is great because we're going to get a total of 30 squats in today. Loving it. Remember, soft landing. And if you want to just barely touch, keep the weight in the legs, even better. Do the last 5 that way. Barely touch, hover, touch, and come right back up. Don't sit. There we go. Come to that full stand. Hips under, pelvic tilt, squeeze the glutes, pull the belly in. Last one. Woo! Nice. And down. All right, heel raises, seated or standing. I have a feeling we've done 3 sets already. I lost track, but that's okay. Feet slightly apart, hip width apart, looking forward, and light balance on the chair, just with your fingertips going all the way up. There we go. Looking at something in front, hold your balance. If you don't need the chair, you can try it without. Strong ankles all the way up. Find that balance. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Okay. Abduction, adduction. Slight bend in the supporting leg. Get ready. Knee, toe, ankle facing forward. Lift the ankle bone up to the ceiling. There we go. You're feeling it right here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. 1, 2. Remember, stand nice and tall. 3. Don't lean. 4, 5. Let that ankle bone, toes facing forward. 7 and 8. Slowly lower and circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Woo! Shake it out. Good job. Okay, put those weights away, grab a drink of water, and we'll do our stretching. Okay. So we're going to do some standing stretching. If you are in the chair and you want to bring another chair in front, just do your chair stretch versions. That's fine. So seated calf or standing calf. Since we did seated calf last week, let's do standing. Toes facing the back of the chair. This is my front. The back of the chair is your front. Wherever that is, you're facing the back of the chair. I'm going to bend my front leg. I'm going to extend that back leg. Straighten out that leg. Push my shoulders down. Breathe normal. Tell you what, my breathing is a little harder. Yours should be too. We just worked hard and we moved right through our sets. There's not much rest in between any of those exercises. The rest is for the muscle group, not for you in terms of the body. We're moving quickly, so that's a good thing. Change again. There we go. Bend that front knee, extend that back leg. Shoulders down, looking straight ahead, not looking up, not looking down. And you're just, allowing the breath to return back to normal, heart rate lower. Think about that. Focus inwardly. Let's change again. There we go. Let's start with this. Just get back into that back leg straight. And lift up just a little bit more. And now I want you to bend that back knee slightly. And you've changed the shift. You shift the stretch more into the Achilles and the heel. and the foot. Very good for preventing or treating plantar fasciitis. There we go. Just sink down into that. Feels good. Change legs. Oh, I just love it. You know, a month ago, we were snowed under here in Texas, and now that everything's greening up, we lost a lot of plants. There's some trees and leaves. I don't know if they're going to come back. I'm getting a little bit of signs of green at the base, so that's good. But then there's red buds and the Bradford pear, and they're all blooming, so it's pretty. Lift up a little bit, bend that back knee. Keep that heel flat, toes facing the chair. Now we're shifting our stretch down into the Achilles and the heel and the plantar fascia. Great stretch here. Love it. And let's come up. Great. Standing tall, grab the bottom of the shoe, the heel, and knee to knee. This is also a good stretch for your chest and down the arm. If this is, you can't reach your foot, wrap a towel around the ankle and then just, hold the towel like right here or a strap. Okay, pull it back a little bit more. Nice. Other side. Woo, feels so good. Along with the budding of the trees, it rained this morning, which is great. We need the rain. But I've been raking leaves and burning leaves and doing cleanup from the winter. So I'm a little sore. Bending and raking, that's great. Raking is the best core exercise you got, I'll tell you. That's an awesome one. So my thighs are a little sore. When I went to do the stretch, I felt it. A lot of squatting yesterday. Pull back just a little bit more. Oh, that feels so good. And opening up the chest. So dual stretch here. Loving it. And release. Now, the next one, hamstring. So we're just going to step back, maybe 3 to 4 feet away from the chair. Then we're going to push back, hinge up the hips, let the head duck through the arms, straight arms, down to the shoulders. So you're stretching out the back of the legs, stretching up into the spine, like someone's standing behind you, pulling your hips back. And getting a good shoulder stretch. You're getting it under the arms as well. Breathe, relax. Bend those knees just a little bit, go a little bit lower. Sink down. Now bend and round it up and walk it in. Woo! Stretch it up. Palms to the ceiling, palms turn like this, lace those fingers and stretch it up. Pull those arms back and release. Reach it down. Fantastic. Let's sit in our chairs and let's finish up. So we did some abduction. Let's go ahead and do our, they call this the IT band stretch in yoga. It's the 4, it's the pigeon, whatever you want to call it. So you're just kind of stretching out the hips here. We do this at the end of the workout. We want to do it very gently. And you can just place your elbow right there underneath the foot, pull it up a little bit, sit tall and lean into it. That does feel good. Close your eyes and breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale, your ribs expand out to the side. Breathe in as deep as you can, and then exhale, the ribs pull back in. Try to exaggerate. Inhale, ribs go as wide as they can, wider, 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 wider. And then exhale, bring the ribs in. Imagine them coming in even further and further. Try to touch the ribs together. So the right set of ribs and the left are coming in together and touching. And one more time, nice big breath. And release. You're going to continue that breathing on the other side. So sit tall, pull the bottom of the foot up, hand on top of the knee, lean into it just a little bit, find that mild stretch sensation. Close your eyes and do your breathing. Focus on your ribs. Inhale, wide as the ribs can go, and then exhale, pull them in. 2 more deep breaths. Sink into your stretch a little bit more. And slowly come up. So we combined our breathing and relaxation with our final stretch there. That's a good thing to do. So a lot of people have trouble with that belly breathing. In yoga, we do a lot of the rib breathing. So it's the same thing. The ribs flare out as you inhale. The diaphragm is moving so that when the ribs come back in, the belly is going, and you exhale, the belly is going to pull back in, and you breathe out as the ribs come in. So it really does the same thing. So if you find it easier, just practice the rib breathing. Breathe into your ribs. So try that for your meditation breathing. All right, have a great day.